Welcome to Sax Reacts, to this theater we call the world. So step inside and enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, thanks for stopping back by. You know the show's got to go on. Let's get it.
So I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm 63 years old, and if nobody told you today, I've lived through enough life to hand you a few truths. Take the photo. You'll want it later. You'll forget what your smile looked like if you don't. Stop skipping the trip. The money will come back, but the time won't. Wear the dang tank top. If someone's staring at your arms, that's their hobby, not your problem. Say what you mean. The people who get you won't need it sugar-coated. Let people help you. Strength isn't suffering in silence. If it feels off, it is. Your gut is wiser than your excuses. Don't wait for perfect timing. It's already late. You don't owe anyone an explanation for choosing peace. Love deeply, but not blindly. You can have a soft heart and sharp boundaries. Forgive yourself for the years you played small. You didn't know better, but now you do. If you're not sure if it's love, it's probably not. No one's thinking about your flaws as much as you are. You are not too old. You're just getting started. So you can outgrow people without hating them. Let it be gentle. Start the thing. You'll be glad you did, or you'll have a great story. So don't wait 63 years to learn what I just told you. You can't rewind, babe, but you can show up different from here on out. And I swear, life gets better when you quit asking permission to enjoy it.
Hey now, y'all know she wasn't dropping nothing but some gems right there. Truth bombs, wisdom. Dishing out that free wisdom. Y'all bring your little buckets, your little offering plates, collect that free wisdom. You know what I mean? You know I always got to start all these reactions off with positivity, with some motivation, and then end everyone off with some smiles. So let's keep this moving, man. Again, thank y'all for being here and coming back. Let's keep this show moving.
The late physicist Stephen Hawking warned that contacting or attempting to contact extraterrestrial aliens could be disastrous for the human race. I've been thinking about this a lot lately because of the massive 12-mile-long interstellar object headed towards Earth, which is scheduled to get here in November. And Harvard scientists, along with people from NASA, believe this could be some type of alien mothership. Yeah, some kind of alien ship coming to Earth. For decades, human beings have been sending signals out into space to try to contact other life forms in the galaxy. And I never thought it was so bad, till I read Stephen Hawking's thoughts on it. He basically said contact with an extraterrestrial civilization could be disastrous for human beings, comparing it to when Europeans such as Columbus landed in the Americas. It completely destroyed the natives who were already here. But with extraterrestrials, I think it could be even worse, because the gap in technology isn't bow and arrow versus gunpowder. It's being able to fly an airplane versus fly across the galaxy in a starship. Any civilization that could do that and would come to Earth would probably have the ability to take over the planet if they really wanted to. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in November when that object gets here, or if it even just passes by the Earth. But this is just one of the possibilities that I've been thinking of, and I've also been reading about because other people are thinking the same thing. What's your opinion, Booshkis? Let me know in the comment section. Shabadoo!
Yeah, putting information like that out into the ether could definitely be a real bad deal. Could have some consequences, just like you said, just like Columbus coming over here and jacking and robbing the land from the peoples, Of course, obviously, he didn't discover nothing, but damn sure came over and pillaged and stole and conquered, colonized, no doubt about that. And who says the aliens wouldn't do the same thing? I mean, because if they real, they obviously are way superior to us with technology. But ain't nothing coming from no outer space. There's a firmament. Ain't nothing coming from outer space. There's outer space, but not like the space that most people think it is. And the aliens ain't coming, they already here, and there's a high probability, them junks is demons. But anyway, we'll say that for another time. Let's keep this moving.
What if Disney World was never a park? What if it was a controlled zone with its own laws, its own police, and no one watching from the outside? In Florida, Disney negotiated a deal, a special district where they write the rules, building codes, waste management, even emergency services, all under Disney's control. That means when something happens here, it never has to reach the news. The Tower of Terror is 199 feet tall, not 200. One more foot, and the FAA would demand lights, permits, oversight. They built it 1 foot short to stay invisible. The flags on Main Street, not real. One stripe missing, one star wrong. So they never have to lower them to half-mast. No outside rules. The Haunted Mansion hearse? Real. Bought from an actual funeral home. Near the exit, a small metal ring in the concrete, not a decoration, a fixed marker, used by staff who know exactly what it means. Disney has its own security, its own jail, and a protocol for moving people off property before they're declared dead. If you die inside the park, they'll keep you alive until you're outside. So, on paper, it never happened here. This isn't a theme park. It's a live simulation of a perfect system, tested every day on millions of volunteers, including you.
Do not get it twisted, y'all. Disney is an evil place. What a nice cover story. That's it. It's built on evil since day one. So if you haven't gone down the Disney rabbit hole, make sure you do that. Leave yourself out there slipping, because you'll end up at Disney by way of what this lady right here about to tell y'all about. So I'll put this clip in here to make sure to bring awareness to these new and improved ways these people be putting together to come and snatch your butt up. So pay attention here. She's putting out game.
If you see a newspaper or anything in the back here, it's because they want you to get out of your driver's seat and come grab this. When they come grab this, or when you go to grab this, they're going to take you. You're in a vulnerable position. Never get out of your car. If you see a newspaper, money, a piece of paper. If you see this in the back of your tire, you probably actually won't see it. You will hear it. As you're driving, as you accelerate, the noise is going to get louder and louder and louder. Any normal driver would get out of their car to come see what the matter is. When you get out of your car, they're going to grab you and take you. But first, they're going to follow you. If you see this, a napkin, a piece of fabric, anything that can absorb a substance, this is going to be laced with something. As soon as you go to make contact with your hand is going to go numb. People have reported being dizzy, unconscious, everything like that. So never grab this. If you see this, go back inside, grab a manager, call the police.
Somebody always gotta hate. 99% chance some dude whipping by trying to holler, thinking she look fine, thinking she want to have anything to do with what he talking about with his horn, interrupting her video. Normally I wouldn't care, but she was actually putting some important stuff out there. So, that little hate was in the bad. It's a bad time for that. We need that information. But we see she let it ride. She wasn't about to do the video all over again. She's like, nah, I done did it once. That's enough. All right, y'all. So I can't even front, man. This clip right here, this trick just would work on me. So the caption says, "In case anyone was wondering how I got my husband." Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking that might work. Oh my. That clip just gave me some giggles, man. When I giggle, y'all giggle. That's just what it be like. When I make it, you make it. When I'm laughing, you laughing. Shoot, that's just how we gonna do it around here, man. I ain't worried about nobody else talking about.
Nobody's gonna know what's real and what's not. Scary. Yep. We're not there yet, but in the very near future, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference between a home video and one that's generated. But you gotta understand that's a very small part and something massive that's coming. And in the comments of my last video, I can see a lot of people aren't grasping the entirety of this whole thing. So let me be a little more direct. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's Google's new Veo 3, the AI generated video tool that they just released.
I deliver food I can't eat to people who don't exist. Yeah.
First, you gotta understand that the tech like the Veo 3 that you just saw, its purpose has already started. AI generated news anchors started in 2024. Some of the people on social media, you wonder how they get away with some of the content that they make? Well, do you even know which one is real and which one isn't? Guys, you paying attention? And all you females with a spicy page? How long before you can't tell the difference? It's already started in OF. But again, this is just a very small part of it. Now, I know a lot of people play this off because to be 100% legit, there's nothing you can really do about it at this point. But they've been after our data for a long time, like it's gold. Every device we have is listening. How we react, what makes us happy, what makes us sad, what stores you shop at online, and what you're buying. Even the deep, dark secrets you have that you might have texted a friend or wrote down in your memo pad. They've been studying us, and they've been doing it for a long time. Because the better you know your opposition, the easier it is to control them. In 2023, the first AI-generated judge went online in Beijing. Colombia, India, the UK, and the US are following suit. All right, now if you made it this far in the video, I'm gonna assume you have some critical thinking skills. So let me break this down. With the help of AI, they figured out a way to read our brain signals. They call it brain fingerprinting. They hook your brain up to a computer and the AI reads the signals in your brain so they can detect things like lie detection. And it's been around in our government for a long time.
Procedure he developed called brain fingerprinting. Unlike the traditional polygraph, which relies on stress responses, Farwell's procedure measures actual brain responses. Brain fingerprinting measures electrical brain activity that tells us whether certain information is stored in the brain.
Now, I did a deep dive explaining this whole thing. It's actually the third video on this page. Now, I think we can all agree that AI could be a very good thing or a very bad thing. It's all about who's driving the bus to determine who's getting run over by it.
I always cite the story of Superman. Kent, father and mother Kent, told Superman as a child, as an infant, we want you to
we're in the midst of this right here. I'd say we're about 2 years in. And just to give you an idea of what's coming, if the good guys don't take control of this thing, this is a very real thing that's coming soon. They're saying through AI, they can read your brain waves and the things that you have hidden in your memory, as well as what you're capable of and what kind of crimes you could commit in the future. If your first thought was, what about intrusive thoughts? Welcome to critical thinking. But I'll say it again. There needs to be a way bigger spotlight on this thing because we need to make sure the right people get control of it. Y'all stay safe.
Could y'all even imagine being sentenced by an AI judge? I mean, just think about that. A program sentencing you. A program sending you to prison, deciding how long you go to prison, what prison you go to, and it's y'all don't let this stuff go over your head. It's scary, and all this stuff is most definitely a plan, a long game plan that they've been doing and working on for a long time, and we are at the tail end of that long game, and it's scary. It's real scary. And you know how I've been telling y'all about not to be no donors, no organ donor and stuff like that. I've been telling y'all that for a long time. But even beyond that, just why I have zero faith in the medical system at all. When I say zero, I mean zero. I don't trust no doctors for nothing. You know what? I don't get sick. I ain't been sick years and years and years. I don't even remember the last time I've been sick. As a child, maybe. I don't take vaccinations. I don't do none of that stuff. And I don't get sick. I don't get sick because I don't take that stuff. My body does what my body's supposed to do naturally, the way God built it to do what it's supposed to do. But check out what this nurse talking about right here, man. Like, bro, telling you, man, it's an evil place we in, man. The people that's supposed to be caring about you and, swearing these oaths to uphold and protect the people is just words, hollow, empty words, man.
Part 3 on the Dr. Death series. You're gonna want to hear this one. Regarding the doctor nicknamed Dr. Death, 2 nights ago, I apologize, I'm losing my voice, so please listen closely. The doctor with the nickname Dr. Death, 2 nights ago, had a patient perfectly fine during the day. Again, sorry for my voice. This patient, blood sugar had dropped. That's all. They did get some shots of glucagon, got it up. It had gone back down, right? So there was some issues going on there as to what was happening. Now, they ended up calling the doctor. The doctor ordered morphine for this fucking patient. Why? Why morphine? Well, anyway, the doctor, goddamn voice, the doctor didn't come to assess the patient till 2 days later anyway. But the patient, which I have this on documentation, I have it filmed. I can even show screenshots as long as I can hide all HIPAA-related content. The patient's allergies are strictly morphine, oxycodone, fentanyl, that shit. Yet the doctor prescribes morphine. Fucking morphine. Now, the patient was on hospice, but the patient wasn't dying. You can be on hospice and not die. Or not, be expected to die. So, what I'm saying is this patient was fucking fine. The only issue they had was a drop in blood sugar. Some slight breathing issues, nothing that couldn't be fucking fixed by, me or the other nurse. I'm also an RT. Also, do things with sleep studies, so I'm a registered polysomnography tech. I'm a nurse and sterile processing tech, and I hold my CIC in infection control and prevention. And apparently I hold a fucking inner compass to the fucking illegal bullshit all these fucking people do around me. I'm sorry for my voice. I'm super fucking pissed. And when I brought this shit up to the doctor yesterday when I went into my shift, she fucking ignored me. She didn't say shit to me. She just walked right fucking past me. Because I asked just straight up, hey, why did you give morphine to this patient when they're allergic? I said that was their one fucking allergy. That and penicillin, right? So it said penicillin, morphine, fentanyl, and oxycodone. Patient can't even take codeine, okay? That's how allergic this patient is to those substances. Yet you prescribe 1 ml of morphine. Now, I'm not going to say the concentration because that doesn't matter. It was a low concentration. But still, 1 ml of morphine every 30 fucking minutes. And it was given to this patient. The first time it was given, patient immediately had breathing issues, and I went and got atropine for this patient to stop the secretions so that
I had to stop that one because it's a really long video, but I just wanted y'all to get a gist and understanding of what he was talking about and just how direct these doctors will do exactly what they know is bad for you. There's obviously, a back end bonus, something that's coming to that doctor for going there to help push along this patient's demise. It's so crazy, man. It's scary. So check out let's head on over here to what they finding in Argentina or Antarctica or whatever. I think
government captured one of these native people, or Agarthians as you call them, and interrogated.
I mean, look, they had been studying this rogue country within Antarctica for decades, right? Of course they captured one of the natives. How else were they supposed to get any information on the place? Look, regardless, the things that they found out in the conversations that followed suit, right, it puts history in a different perspective. Let's put it that way.
Wait, they were talking to this person?
Well, look.
I mean, wouldn't these people speak their own language?
Buddy, just because they have their own native language doesn't mean they don't understand others as well. Look, after they detained him, right, they figured he was going to speak in some kind of uninterpretable tongue, so they sent in a linguistic expert by the name of Pete Richards to do the interrogation, right? And so Pete sits there asking him all kinds of different questions, right, about their society, about who they are, but the guy just wouldn't say a thing. He was completely silent, right? Up until the point where Pete pulls out these pictures the agency had taken of this country's pyramids, right? And he sets the picture down as he says, "Can you tell me about these?" The guy didn't really budge, right? Like he didn't want to engage. And so Pete says, "Listen, we've seen structures like this before." He pulls out an image of the pyramids from ancient Egypt and shows it to him. And for the first time, the guy's expression just completely shifts, right? Like he was seeing something that he'd somehow seen before. And as he's staring at the image, he goes, "Second." Pete's just shocked this guy had finally spoke, right? And as he's just staring at him, a higher-up agent in the room quickly says, "Pete, what the hell's that mean?" And with a kind of just wide-eyed, shocked expression of disbelief, Pete says, "It's Egyptian. It means old friend."
Well, that's interesting. I wonder if that picture is actually supposed to be the picture of the dude. I doubt it, but that's what I would imagine. A native over there would look like. All real pale skin, white hair, light colored eyes. And so anyway, I thought that's pretty intriguing. Wanted to share it with you. So yeah, they doing some more experiments over here in my home state where I'm at, here at home, my backyard. Let's see what they doing this time here in Texas.
Texas. Yeah, flies that eat meat, connected to live animals or live people. And this may not be an act of nature or some accident. This might be on purpose. Because over a month ago, billions of flies that eat meat were dropped over Texas and Mexico to get rid of a problem they're having with maggots. But it doesn't seem like those flies have stuck to just eat maggots. No, they want whatever they can get. And now the Texas Department of Agriculture is telling people if you have open wounds or an open sore to stay away from flies. Stay away from flies? How do you do that? Now, flesh-eating flies aren't a new thing. They've been around forever, but most people know them as the New World screwworm fly. That's pretty appropriate on this one. So someone in the government decided to drop billions of these flies over Texas and Mexico to get rid of maggots, but instead, they're going for everything. They're trying to eat everything. Sometimes I feel like I'm living in a sci-fi horror movie. Okay, Booshkies, I just wanted to share this with you. Shabadoo!
I really like this dude, Great Joe Gillespie or something like that. He's got good energy, man. Got good energy. He got some great energy. So yeah, looks like we're another testing ground for whatever else next kind of crazy stuff the government or the private sector want to put together for us. Sucks, because I do love Texas.
I'm heartbroken to tell you all that my father, Bruce Willis, is getting worse. He can no longer speak. As his daughter, I know this is hard to accept. Lately, many people have asked, why is he wearing so many clothes in this heat? So I want to clarify 3 things. First, my dad can no longer make decisions for himself. He forgets who people are, and he's lost the ability to choose what to wear. His world is no longer the same as ours. When you see him dressed out of season, it's not neglect. He simply can't express or change things anymore. Second, we dress him warmly to protect him. There have been moments where he suddenly walks out of the house, and if the weather shifts or it's windy, that extra layer could make a difference. We won't take that risk. Third, some have said we're wrong to share his vulnerable side, that it disappoints fans who saw him as a hero. I understand, but please know, as his closest family, I have the right to speak for him. And more importantly, when he could still communicate, he told me, if one day I can't speak, I want you to speak for me. We're not exploiting his pain, we're protecting his dignity. He was once a fearless action star, now he's our beloved father. We won't hide his struggles or run from reality. We'll keep caring for him with love. And if his films ever meant something to you, please send him your love in the comments.
I absolutely had to throw this in here. I don't give a damn about no Hollywood at all. Matter of fact, quite the opposite. My feelings on Hollywood. But Bruce Willis, that's my guy. I love me some Bruce Willis, always have. And as far as I know, and I'm pretty into the conspiracies, I don't know of anything Bruce Willis is supposed to be involved in or have been involved in when it comes to that real dark side of things. So he's still my guy as far as I'm concerned. It breaks my heart to see that man going through that right there. Like that's Bruce Willis, man. He's still dying hard though. He ain't just going out, man. He's still trying to make it. He's dying hard for real. He live up to that title. Let's go, y'all.
To my brothers and sisters across Europe, in France, Germany, Spain, the Netherlands, Poland, Romania, Greece, Sweden, and in every corner of the old continent, I need you to hear this. The walls are not being built in front of you. They are being built around you, slowly, quietly, law by law, update by update, convenience by convenience. One day, you will look for the door and it won't be there. They will tell you this is for your safety and for the greater good, but the truth is far, far colder. The net is tightening and the architects of that net do not intend to let it loosen. The algorithms that feed you information have already learned how to keep you distracted, and they send the words meant for someone in Paris to someone in Helsinki, and the messages meant for Warsaw to someone in Madrid. They are scattering thought so it never gathers into action. I've watched it happen. Those who speak plainly are buried. Those who question are labeled dangerous. Those who tell you the truth about power, the real truth about Brussels, about the corporate hands tightening the rope, are silenced before you ever hear them. Europe has known tyranny before. Our grandparents, our great-grandparents bled to remind us. But the chains are now invisible. They are data chains, speech chains, and most importantly, they are thought chains. And the danger is this: most people will not fight chains they cannot see. I'm telling you this not to spread despair, but to light the last moments we may have to resist. We are still many, and they are still few. But the few have mastered the art of division. If we cannot see past the lines they draw between us, such as nation, party, language, and belief, then we will walk ourselves into the cage they've prepared. Remember this: freedom is not taken all at once. It is stolen slice by slice, and once gone, it is never returned. The time to speak is now. The time to stand is now. The time to remember we are one people from Lisbon to Tallinn is now.
Straight wisdom, straight facts. This dude becoming correct. You'll be seeing a lot of this man's clips here on my reaction channel. Until he starts talking stupid, we're gonna keep reacting to him, because his insight is very impactful, very thought out, very articulate, very well presented. We'll be keeping him around for sure. So let's slide over here and take a look at Europe. Let's see what he's talking about.
Look at this. Look at the fucking state of the city. This is Rome, guys.
Like the Casbah.
This looks like in Bangladesh or something. Look at this, guys. Look at the state of this place. Look at this, guys. This is Rome. This is Europe. Does this look like Europe to you? I don't see a single Italian here, guys. I am more Italian than any of these people. Look at this.
Occhio amico mio, perché noi qua non siamo ben visti, quindi stiamo sempre attenti, occhi aperti.
Sì.
È la strada molto pericolosa dove spacciano e vendono roba falsa.
Saying that the street is dangerous.
No, sono pericolosissimi.
Sì. Perché?
Perché hanno i coltelli tutti quanti, i maceti.
Maceti?
Sì, loro.
Che no.
Tutti.
Look at all these guys.
Fatti vedere troppo qua. La telecamera, amico mio.
Yeah. Look at all the shit on the floor. And here they are, just loitering.
Molto pericolosi, no? Non fanno niente.
Very dangerous, he's saying.
Se passo là io adesso, sono un centinaio, mi caricano, sicuro, sicuro.
All right, get my life back together here. So that's what it looked like over there, huh? So much for that. Wanting to be a broad traveler. I miss that bus. I miss that opportunity. I've never left America, not one time in my life. And doesn't look like I'll be doing that now for sure, especially if that's what I got to look forward to. I can go to Chicago or St. Louis or LA or Seattle, Portland, any of those kind of places, if that's the kind of view I'm looking to get. Definitely ain't trying to go to Europe to be catching none of that. Not for me, boys and girls. Not for me.
You thought what was discovered under the Great Pyramids was a one-off thing and we were going to be done with it? Well, guess again, because what was just discovered under Angkor Wat in Cambodia might just blow your minds. And if you guessed the exact same structures that are underneath the pyramids, well then you guessed correctly. Because yes, these scans have indicated the exact same type structures underneath Angkor Wat in Cambodia. Now, here's the thing. Some suppressed scripts have been translated stating that Angkor Wat was never built for religious purposes. It was in fact grown by an advanced race known as the Star Kings. We're not going to go into that in this video, but here's the other thing. It also states that Angkor Wat is one of 4 world engine sites. One of 4 meaning Angkor Wat, the Great Pyramids, Teotihuacan, and a site that's submerged under the coast of India, off the coast of India. Now, these world engines were meant to ignite during a cosmic alignment, therefore opening a world portal to what is below. I don't know what's below, but I think that's fantastic. Now, these also were supposed to allow everlasting world energy throughout our entire world, as well as transportation and healing. So I find this to be absolutely fantastic news, because I believe in the days to come, or at least the months to come, we're going to find out that all these religious sites aren't religious sites, but they're portals. Portals to something beyond our own thought process. Now, Tell me what you think. Have you heard this? Drop it in the comments. Remember, I'm not here to tell you to believe one thing or the other, so leave what you will, take what you want. It's up to you. And anything we talk about is for entertainment, education, and learning purposes only, but I want to know what you think because I think a lot of you skepticals are going to be believers soon.
What's y'all's thoughts what he talking about and like what they found underneath the Great Pyramids? That's fascinating to me. Absolutely fascinating. I mean, there's just so much in this world that's been hid from us now. Supposedly they're just finding this stuff out there, their little scans and all that of what's going on underneath these pyramids and ancient structures. But regardless if they just finding that stuff out or not, the amount of stuff that they know about that's here, like i.e. giants, things like that they keep from us. They keep everything from us. You know what I mean? Like the Smithsonian, please. It's all about keeping everything from us. And the Vatican, please, all about keeping everything from us. It's crazy. But we as common folk, we got to do what we can do and just try our best to gain knowledge, real knowledge, pursue truth, stay in the pursuit of truth, and start trying to get along with each other instead of fighting.
So this young lady asks about the 26 petroglyphs recently found in Hawaii because of those tsunami waves cleared off areas of some of the beaches. So the petroglyphs that have not been visible for years, people there basically rediscovered. And there's a lot of them. Most of them are big and seem to describe the period of time those people were living in, which according to this article, most of the petroglyphs were found near a U.S. Army garrison, and they are between 500 and 600 years old. So let me just show you some of them. This was made by the people around there at least 500 years ago, showing their life, the things they saw, the things they experienced. Look at those little whirly things. Maybe those circles are spirals, and maybe the spirals are galaxies. We don't know for sure. But there are a ton of these, at least 26, that are finally visible because they've basically been underwater and sand for years. So my question to you is, does this just describe the life that they had, or maybe things that they saw in the sky, or visitors that came to meet them? Whatever it was important enough for them to carve it into stone, which has lasted between 500 and 600 years. Let me know what you think about this, Booshkis, in the comment section.
And again, more stuff that just below the surface, kind of like where most of our cities are built, just below the surface. Whole other worlds that pre-existed us down there. Mud floods done covered up. It's so much. There's just so much out there, y'all. All right.
Have you ever noticed this at the 94 ACMs?
He's been playing at a room on the strip for 10 years in Vegas. Every night she looks in the mirror and she only ages. And she's been reading.
In 94, Alan Jackson was told to go lip sync the song that he was supposed to perform on stage that night. And if you know anything about Alan, lip singing and faking the performance is not his thing. So instead of throwing a big fit and protesting or doing whatever, he silently came up with this plan with his band to go out there and make the drummer play with no sticks. And when it was shot live, it was very hard to see, but obviously a few people would notice. It would start to spread around online or TV or whatever it is that time. And word finally spread that Alan Jackson pretty much tricked the ACMs. So they performed like nothing was wrong, but it was Alan Jackson's quiet way of showing this is not real music. It was no drama, no tweets, just pure country protest. Did you ever catch that? Go back and watch and you can see it very clearly. What would you have done in Alan Jackson's boots that night?
He's been playing at a room on the strip for 10 years in Vegas. Every night she looks in the mirror and she only ages. And she's been reading.
That was absolutely beautiful. I love Alan Jackson, one of my all-time favorites, man. I used to bump me so much Alan Jackson, boy. All-time favorites right there in the heart, man. Love me some Alan Jackson. But dude damn sure didn't have no drumsticks in his hand, and those drums were damn sure being played. So I like that he undercover, low key, like, y'all, this is it's fake. It's all fake. I'm telling you, man, Hollywood, Hollyweird, the music industry, all of it. It's all meant to propaganda, to be propagandizing. That's it. That's what it's all meant for. Control the masses, always has been. And we, like I said, we're just coming to the end of that. They long game plan, and we edging, creeping closer and closer to
the Department of Education was created in 1980. Since then, not a single academic metric in the country has improved. Not even sure what the punchline is. So if you smoke pot, you can be disqualified from the Olympics. But if you're a biological man and take estrogen for a year, you can compete in women's weightlifting? Perfect, thank you. Enjoy, please. Thank you. If gun-free zones work, why don't we set up rape-free zones? Mom, can I have a cigarette? No, you're 5. Can I have a beer? No, you're 5. Can I drive the car home? No, you're 5. Can I take hormones and change my sex? Sure, you know best. Remember in 2020 when a certain group was allowed to burn cities while everyone else wasn't allowed to go outside? That was weird. How come when white people move somewhere, it's called colonization, but when any other race moves somewhere, it's called cultural enrichment? So the same politicians that didn't know what Wi-Fi is are telling us TikTok's a national security threat? Got it.
Y'all, things are so easy to see. You take your blinders off. Stop being narrow-minded and stop, for one, please, for the love of God, stop thinking your government won't do you dirty. Just stop thinking that. Like they said, we're the government, we're here to help. The the most fearful 11 words you can ever hear. Oh, that's not a joke, y'all. All you gotta do is look around. The signs are everywhere. It's so obvious. And once your eyes open, they cannot be closed again. You'd just be like, damn. It's everywhere. Every flick that you turn on, damn near every song that you listen to, all across the media, the news stations, it's so obvious. It's like, how have you ever not noticed it? Now, I've been awake for a long time. I think I've pretty much always been awake. I mean, there were some things they still had the wool pulled over my eyes for a little bit, little small things. But for the most part, I've been awake for the majority of my life. Things just always hit me a little bit different. I could always see things for what they were for the most part. But nowadays, it's just so rampant and obvious. Like, for real? Y'all don't see that? There needs to be an explanation?
The Olsen twins were the first one too. I remember being shocked. Now it's becoming normal, scary. So this was the Olsen twins. Before. Then after? What happened? What do you think had happened to a person to make them change so dramatically? Now what I want you to do is pay attention to Ashley's eyes. Here, Mary-Kate and Ashley were identical. Not anymore. But Ashley's eyes have entirely changed. And Mary-Kate, she just looks completely hollow. It's almost like Ashley Olsen is in a constant state of shock, very wide-eyed. She was never like that before. It kind of reminds me of Amanda Bynes. Here you will see she has light in her eyes, she has joy, she's completely relaxed. To 2025, her eyes are a little bit wider and completely void. It's very similar to when you look up pictures of war veterans, 1941 to 1945. Do you see how his face has become hollow, his eyes have become wider? He's actually in 4 years unrecognizable, which actually reminds me a lot of Miley Cyrus. Again, light in the eyes, completely relaxed, there's joy, to now a bit wide-eyed, a bit hollow. What's going on in Hollywood? A lot of these Hollywood celebrities have become unrecognizable. The light in the eyes is completely gone. What do you guys think is happening to the celebrities in Hollywood?
What's happening to celebrities in Hollywood is the devil. Satan. Plain and simple.
I don't even know what to say anymore. I really don't. Gavin Newsom just got caught funneling taxpayer money through a maze of nonprofits and for-profit companies, all tied to his wife. Let me walk you through this masterpiece of corruption. California allocates $128 billion for education. And that money is supposed to go to schools, you know, teachers, classrooms, kids. But instead, massive chunks get routed to educational support NGOs. Those are non-governmental organizations. And one of those NGOs is run by Jennifer Siebel Newsom. That's Gavin Newsom's wife. But wait, it gets better. That NGO then sends money to a for-profit company also tied to Jennifer Siebel Newsom. See, here's how it works. So taxpayer dollars are allocated to schools, but they get funneled into NGOs like the one that Gavin Newsom's wife is in charge of. And they use the money to pay for high-value employee salaries. What gets left over gets funneled into other NGOs that his wife is also connected to pay more supposed high-value employee salaries. And what gets left over from that gets funneled into for-profit businesses that, again, are connected to his wife. It's like watching money do gymnastics. And this isn't speculation. It's tracked on a chart, clear as day. This is laundering. This is racketeering. This is the kind of scam that you'd expect from a cartel or from the...
And more stuff coming out of California. To back up the Hollywood was Satan, the devil. California is right with the devil. Woo.
You guys
All right. Let's run that back, shall we?
So do you guys remember this?
Yes, the majestic sequoias, nature's skyscrapers. They've been standing here for thousands of years, just watching your litter and post soft light.
Look at how beautiful that is.
But as big as these are, they have nothing on what once stood in Wyoming.
Hear ye, drum roll please.
And now, introducing the conspiracy queen herself, Devil's Tower. Height, 867 feet tall. Waist, snatched. Edges naturally grooved. And built like she holds ancient tea and doesn't spill a drop.
Keep watching.
Scientists call her a butte. Conspiracy theorists call her a chopped down tree. I call her suspicious. Erosion could never, but baby Paul Bunyan could. That flat top ain't natural. That's a chop job. She's older than your grandma's voicemail password, and she's shaped like she saw too much and stopped growing on purpose. Either that, or somebody took a divine chainsaw to her edges.
Believe what you want, but I've never seen erosion leave a lineup so clean. Stay curious.
And that just goes right back to all the things they be trying to hide from us. You know, the truth is out there. You go look for it. Doesn't make every conspiracy you hear true by far, y'all. Don't be stupid. You got to have some discernment and understanding. Like, some common sense goes a long ways. But they are definitely hiding a lot of truth from us, and they don't want us to know it.
I just came outside to take some trash out, and I am almost certain that our neighbor just got done mowing his grass. And my husband is going to be so pissed when he gets home. It's like some weird competition. I don't know. Like, why are guys like that? So I'm going to check really quick. Hold on. Jesus, it's bright out here. Oh, yeah. He definitely mowed. Okay. I'm going to record him when he gets home. He's going to be so pissed. Stay tuned. Hey, I gotta tell you something. You're not gonna like it. Okay. Guess who mowed today?
That motherfucker?
Uh-huh.
Did he really?
Yeah, he mowed.
Yeah, fucking competition. Fucking old prick.
Yeah, that's damn show a man thing. If you're a real man, and if you know, you know. I'd be pissed too. Ain't happening. I love that. I had to share that clip with y'all, man. Some joy to me. All right.
Something has to change. People are down. People are depressed. People are overworked. People are desperate. People are sad. Life for the majority of people, at least the majority of people I've seen, has turned into like worker ants. That's all we do. We just work. A lot of people end up having multiple jobs to try to pay for their family, to try to afford just to live. And even with that, most of us are just going month to month with multiple jobs. And the economy isn't the only thing. Through the news, entertainment, even social media, we're just a bunch of people who are angry with each other, angry with people we don't even know because they might have an opinion different than ours. And even if they agreed, the people we don't like because they have a different opinion, even if they agreed with everything we think, it wouldn't change a damn thing. Because someone or something is keeping us apart. Whatever it is, it doesn't want us as human beings to all get along and get on the same page. Yeah, the same page of respect, kindness, and maybe caring for each other. You know? So something has to change, and I don't know how to do it, but I know how to change me. I'm going to start trying to be more open, more nice, more caring to everyone. Even if you disagree with everything I believe, I'm not going to hate you. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but at least I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, Booshkis, I just wanted to share this with all of you. Shabadoo!
Like I said before, I just love this dude's energy. I like that guy. I definitely do. And it has come to that time of the show where the curtains are about to come to a close. And you know, we always exit up out of this theater with something to make you smile. Come in positive, leave positive. That's how we do it here at Sax Reacts. So let's get some giggles in real quick. Shall we?
Hey, Lisa.
What?
I got another joke for you.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So this guy sticks his head inside a barber shop and he says to the barber, he says, "Hey, how long till I get a haircut?" He said, looks around, sees the people. He says, "About 2 hours." All right. So he leaves. About a week later, the guy comes back. He says, pokes his head in again. He goes, "Hey, how long till I get a haircut?" The barber looks around again. He goes, "About 2 hours." And he says, "All right, thanks." Leaves. Well, then about a week later goes by and he pokes his head in and he says to the barber, he says, "How long until I get a haircut?" The barber's like, "About an hour and a half." The guy leaves. He says, "All right, thanks." Leaves. The barber says, "Hey, Jim, do me a favor. Run out and follow that guy and see where he goes." All right. Jim gets up, walks out, follows the guy. About half hour later, Jim comes back, just laughing hysterically. And the barber goes, "What are you laughing? What's going on? Where did that guy go?" He's laughing. He goes, "He went to your house."
Oh, my God.
Oh, that was great. Oh, if you don't get it, good. Good. But anyway, y'all, we come to the end of this show today. Thank y'all for coming back again. What's this, part 3? Is that this reaction 3, number 3? Yeah, no, this is number 4, huh? Yeah, it's the 4th one. All right. Well, y'all, don't forget, the world ain't nothing but a big old stage, and it's full of actors. Peace, y'all. I'm gone. Love you.
Kingdom last year when it was leaked to the media.